really do workouts every day? No? Yeah, good sir. Anybody? Yeah.
I'm doing yoga.
Great. Any activity is good. So happy that you guys are doing regularly. This is what we come here for. Exercise is something which should come from inside. It should not be a forceful thing. So doing it every day, it's a great thing, and you feel active. Doing first thing in the morning makes your entire day best. So we'll start. Got 2 sessions today, 21 and 22nd session. So we'll do an upper body now, and the rest we'll do some core. Along with that, we'll have a Q&A. Since this will be the last session of the wellness program, if you guys have any doubt regarding anything, come up with it. In the second section, we'll clear it off. Ready? So we'll start some basic workouts. One would be the stretching. 10 stretches all the way up and all the way down. Yeah. Go. 2, 3, super. 4, stretch as much as you can. 5 more. 1. Yeah. 2, keep going. 3, super. 4, and last. Stretch. 5. Super. Yeah. Now we'll move some floor exercises. Yeah. We'll come to this. If you're comfortable with standing in this, yes, or else use your kneecap. Now tap. Super. 2. 3, 4. Tap your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Super. Now the plank position. Foot push. Plank, then push-ups. If it is difficult, use your knee. If it is difficult, plank to push-ups, sir. இப்படி பண்ணி switch. Super. Few more. Tafarka. Try it out. If you can do, முடியலன்னா விட்டுரு. நான் உங்களை எக்ஸ்ட்ரீமா எடுக்கணும்னு அவசரம் இல்லை. Great. Now back to the position. Front lunges. 1, 2. எவ்வளவு பெண்ட் பண்ண முடியுமோ அவ்வளவு. 3. சூப்பர். 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Comfortable? Now some jumping jacks. Touch money. Yeah. Super. 1, 2, 3. Mati kai. Unda kai. Super. Last 5. 1. Nalla wide up squat. 2. 3. Go on. 4. Last. And 5. Super, sir. Now some side lunges. Ready? 1. 1. 2. Keep doing. 3. இன்னைக்கு last class இருக்கிற எல்லா சக்தி வெளியே வந்துடணும். 5. Go on. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. Super sir. 2. And 1. Any pain? எதுவுமே இல்லை. Super. Now standing. Faster இப்படி பண்ணலாம். Super. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கு. செமையா இருக்கு. 5. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe normal இருக்கா? Ready? இன்னொன்று பண்ணலாம். Now box push-ups. இப்படி knee வச்சிட்டு normal push-ups பண்ண முடியும்னா okay. If not, use your knees and then 1, 2. 1, 2. Normal push-ups பண்ணலாம் if you can. 3. Super. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more and 10. Super. Now plank position வந்துட்டு stretch. இப்படி இருக்கீங்கன்னா walk. தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு எப்படின்னு? இப்படி இருக்கீங்க. Use your knee. Stretch. 2. நடந்து ஸ்ட்ரெச் பண்ணுவீங்க. ரெடி? பிளாங்க் பொசிஷன் சார். இப்படி. சூப்பர். 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. அப்படி கொஞ்சம் கோரும் பண்ணிடலாம். ஃபோர்ஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி இல்ல யாருக்கும் போட்டு அடி அடி அடிக்கிறாங்க அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல. யா குட். some cycling. Go. 1, 2, 3, super. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same position. அப்படியே கால ரெண்டு காலும் தூக்கும். Leg raises. 1, lift and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Super. Now crunch. Knees bend பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Big crunch. Tough. Come on. பண்ணலாம். Now crunch. 1, 2, 3, all the way பண்ணலாம். கீழே மட்டும் தான் போடும். 4, 5, super. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last exercise. Tough இருக்கும். பண்ணிடலாம். இந்த பொசிஷன் ஸ்டாண்டிங் பொசிஷன் வந்துருங்க. Now கையால நடப்பீங்க. நடந்துட்டு come back. Simple. Ready? Yeah. Start. Here another. 1. Now back. Up. Stand up. 1. Super. Go. Go back. 3. Super. Keep going. Inward. Come back. And up. Super. 5 more. 5. Last 4. கால் அங்கே இருக்கும், கால் அங்கே இருக்கும், கால் வரக்கூடாது, கால் அங்கே கையால் தான் நடு. ரெடி? கம் ஆன். சூப்பர். லாஸ்ட் 3. கம் ஆன். 1, 2 more. One and grow. Last. 1 more. Try it out. Go. And 1. Super. This is my session over. Done. 1 more minute.
Stretch.
Upper stretch பண்ணலாம். This is called cobra stretch. In the position, stretch. Stretch. Go. Come back. Then 1. Super. 2. Super. 3. Super sir. அப்படியே தான். 5. 5 more. 5. Super man. Keep going. 4. 3 more. Last 3. 1. Go. 2. 1 more. And 1. Done. Further questions எதுவும் இருந்தா will complete in the second session. Tired ஆ எல்லாருமே இந்த feedback may leave.
What was your picture to satisfy you? I guess you can ask me to go for
Yeah.
If you say no.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll just take it as simple as possible. How many of you are diabetics here? Okay, we have four diabetics. So I'll talk about diabetic retinopathy as the second part of my topic. I try to make you people understand what probable diseases are, and then tell you how to go about it. Okay, first and foremost thing that all of us do today is using the tablets and the mobiles and the computers. So the most common problem that people present to me in my OPD is computer vision syndrome. I'll tell you what is computer vision syndrome. All of you use mobiles, right? So we'd like to tell you what you're not supposed to do with mobiles and what you can do with mobiles. Okay. The first thing that we have to understand is the anatomy of the eye. And the secretion from these glands come towards the eyeball, and then there is a tear film over your cornea. This part is called the cornea. There is a fluid which is there over the eye. Okay. Now the composition of the tear film is got 3 layers. There is one fatty layer which is on top and a fatty layer which is on the bottom. In between is a liquid-like layer. Okay, we can call it a sandwich, which is sandwiched between a fatty layer on top and bottom, and there is an aqueous layer in between. Okay, this fatty layer is secreted by these glands which are there on the lid margin. Now, when you are using a computer for a prolonged period of time, what happens is these glands start to fail because they are secreting continuously these lipid layers, and when your blinking reflex comes down when you are using the computer. Ideally, a human being has to blink 15 times a minute, but you really will not do because you are staring at the computer and your concentration is on the computer. So basically when you stop blinking, these meibomian glands actually fail to secrete the normal fatty layer of the tear film. This is called the tear film. The normal fatty layer is not appropriately secreted by your meibomian glands. Okay. Now imagine on the floor, if I have some water with some amount of oil which is poured on the floor, the water is not going to dry up fast. Similarly, when you have a tear film which has got a fatty layer and a liquid layer, the tear film will not dry up fast. Am I with all of you? So if you do not have a proper fatty layer on the liquid layer, the liquid is going to dry up fast. Okay. So number one, the prime importance of this meibomian gland is it secretes the fatty layer. That is number one. Number two, your blinking rate is reduced because you are concentrating on the computer, you are staring at the computer. So the blinking rate is reduced, the meibomian gland is not secreting well. So how do you treat this condition? Simple. Remember, every human being has to blink 15 times a minute. You don't really do it. Blinking is an involuntary reflex, but we have to remember that since we are using a computer which we are staring at, we have to blink as frequently as possible. So try to get this reflex as keep blinking like this. You must have watched cricket matches where Saurav Ganguly keeps blinking like this. That's basically because he uses contact lenses, and these contact lenses cause dryness. So for you to prevent dryness, try to keep blinking your eyes. So that will help you make these glands pump a little more better, effective. So these fatty secretions keep coming. If you don't blink, these glands are just going to remain straight. The glands have to contract. So if your glands do this, they pump out the fluid. If your glands remain like this, the fluid is not going to come out. So so basically you try to blink as frequently as possible. Number two, I told you that these secretions from the glands are called fatty secretions. Imagine your ghee or your butter. You keep it a little warm. It's going to melt and then going to have the secretions come. Your ghee is going to become like fluid, right? Similarly, before you go to bed, take a clean cloth, dip it in warm water, keep your eyes closed, give intermittent compresses over a closed eyelid. This warmth will make these meibomian glands secrete a lot more better, and your secretions keep coming out. If you don't really do that, the pores, the openings of these meibomian glands get blocked. Because you are not blinking, your meibomian gland is a fatty secretion. If you are not blinking, if there is no warmth, they get clogged and these pores get clogged. So all these secretions start to remain in the eyelid, and then you present with small swellings on the eye. Everybody keeps coming and telling us whether I am having a boil because of the heat. It's not because of the heat, because you are concentrating too much on the computer, you are not blinking, there is no warmth for the fluid to come out. So basically if you give compresses just before you go to bed, these secretions come out of the lid, and then you have a proper stable tear film. Okay. The third and last thing that you can do, remember, there are small intrinsic muscles in the eye. These intrinsic muscles help you to focus on near objects like your computer. Okay. When these intrinsic muscles keep contracting throughout the day, as the day progresses, your eye becomes tired. So there is a study which says there's something called 20-20-20 study. After every 20 minutes of looking at the computer, take your eyes off the computer, look at a distance of 20 feet for 20 seconds. So by doing so, these small muscles in the eye start to relax when you look at a distance, and then when you come back to work, these muscles start to work efficiently. So if you want to prolong your working hours, try to do this every 20 minutes so that your tear film is stable, and then your muscles become a little more relaxed and work a little more efficiently. Get it? These are small things that you can do as IT professionals. If you have IT professionals here, when you're using the computers or mobile for more than 8 to 10 hours, these small tips will really help you. Okay? That's about your dryness. The last thing is I'm talking about. I just have 10 minutes to talk, so I'll just talk to you about diabetic retinopathy. This is very, very important in people where patients are having uncontrolled diabetes. Now this diabetes, we make it very simple. Diabetes is a condition where your sugar levels are high. Okay. Now I just draw this eye model for you so that you understand what I'm going to tell you. The eye ball is like this. It's like a round rubber ball. You have a clear dome-shaped structure in the front. Then, like a camera, you have a lens in the front part of the eye. In the rear part of the eye, instead of a film in a camera, we have something called the retina. Okay. Now, suppose a man stands in front of an eye. The light rays of this person is going to fall on the cornea, falls on the lens, and falls on a most important part of your eye, which is called the retina. I am a retina surgeon, so I have to talk about the retina. So this retina is got, like any other part of the human body, it's got blood vessels. In diabetes, when your sugar level goes uncontrolled, the small blood vessels in the body get blocked. Okay? When the small blood vessels in the body get blocked, this condition is called microangiopathy. So when these blood vessels get blocked, see, usually when you fall on your knee, suppose when you're running, you fall on your knee. When there is blood coming out of the part where you hit the ground, the area around the part starts to swell. Similarly, when you have a blood vessel, if the blood vessel is blocked, blood is going to ooze from the area before which the blood is blocked. I mean the vessel is blocked. So there is blood oozing around the blood vessel. Okay? This condition where the blood vessels in the retina get blocked and there is bleeding from the retina and the blood vessels in the retina, we call it diabetic retinopathy. This diabetic retinopathy has got 4 stages. It's called mild, moderate, severe and very severe. So what you have to understand is all these conditions, mild, moderate and severe, if you keep your sugar levels under control, the blood which is oozing out from the blood vessels which are blocked can be controlled. If you keep your sugar levels, say if your fasting blood sugar is less than 120 or your HbA1c is less than 6.5, definitely your progression of the disease from mild to very severe diabetic retinopathy can be halted. Am I with all of you? Okay. The last stage of diabetic retinopathy is something where you will have to really pay attention to. Suppose I have one piece of retina here and this is the blood vessel. If I block this blood vessel, the brain will realize that this part of the retina is dying. Okay? So the brain starts to produce certain substances which create new blood vessels which come to this area. Okay? The production of new blood vessels is called proliferative diabetic retinopathy, which is the last stage. This is the mild, moderate and severe or non-proliferative stages. The last stage is called proliferative. What I mean by proliferative is decreased blood supply to the retina causes production of new blood vessels. Am I with all of you? So now what happens is these new blood vessels, even though they supply blood to this part of the retina which is devoid of blood supply, the normal blood pressure is something which these small new blood vessels will not be able to take the load on. So what happens is these small blood vessels do not withstand the normal blood pressure and they start to burst. So, okay, the brain is trying to produce new blood vessels, but those new blood vessels are not really helping because it does not withstand our blood pressure. So these new blood vessels again start to bleed. Okay, that is a condition where it's called advanced proliferative diabetic retinopathy, where you cannot reverse it. You will really have to go to a retinologist, get your eyes checked and do some lasers and injections, about which we will talk on a different day. So what I want you to understand in such a lesson morning is, do not let your eyes go into proliferative diabetic retinopathy. If you get into proliferative diabetic retinopathy, it's one of the major complications and you will have to keep going on with treatment. So the best way to do and keep yourself healthy, keep your sugars under control by doing exercises, keep your diet under control, go to your dermatologist, get your sugars as frequently checked as possible. These are things that you can do, for yourself, right? Then when you have a complication, then my retina surgeon like me can teach you or tell you what can be done. But my suggestion is, in a case of diabetes, if your sugars are not under control, kindly pay attention, make sure that you arrest the progression of the disease. If you're getting into the last stage, then unnecessarily you lose vision, then we'll have to treat you, do surgeries. That's not what we want. I would like all of you to have a very healthy life. So that's what diabetic retinopathy and your dryness. If you have any other questions about eye, I can answer for about 2 minutes. Do I have 2 minutes? Any doubts? Anything about the eye? Any part of the eye? Any questions?
What changes?
Exactly. Now that's a good question. So what happens with dryness is, when your eyes are dry, the tear film is not on the eyeball. So when you are exposed to dust, the dust gets retained. If you have a tear film, the dust gets flushed out. But you don't have a tear film, so the dryness, the dust gets accumulated within the glands. See, I told you that the eyeball is like this. Underneath the lid margins, the dust gets accumulated. The dust is an irritant. When your dust starts to irritate, the body, the eyeball will react in such a way that small swellings develop within the eyelids. So every time you blink, these small swellings are going to rub on your eyeball. You feel a very gritty sensation in the eye, and that is you feel like you want to itch. That's basically because they are small. They are called follicles in scientific terms, but they are basically cobblestone-like elevations which happen within the lid margins. So you feel a very gritty sensation when you have allergy. So if you treat your dryness, then your allergy automatically settles. It's a vicious circle. If your eye becomes dry, more dust accumulates in the eye, then it causes allergy. So it's a vicious circle. If you treat your dryness with simple method, I really wouldn't suggest directly going into lubricant eye drops. Lubricant eye drops is the first stage of treatment. Small things that I told you, blinking, then using your warm compresses, all those will actually prevent you to go into dryness. Any other doubts?
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
so while we are seeing when we are in a very normal stage and we are seeing everything, at a sudden our eye will zoom in and zoom out and the blurry vision will go. Why it is?
Okay. This condition again, one of the most common conditions which can cause this is called refractive error. But if you're not having a refractive error, the thing is, if you're having dryness, I tell you this. I told you that the light age of this person, you're in the way. I told you that the light age of this person falls on the cornea, falls on the lens and gets focused, right? Everybody thinks that like a camera, the lens is the most important focusing part of any visual system. It's not so in the eyeball. The most important refractive medium in the eye is the cornea. 75% of the ability of the eye to focus distant objects onto the retina comes from the cornea, it's not the lens. Now that I told you that, this cornea is not just the cornea, it is the cornea with the tear film. This is called the refractive surface of the cornea. Refractive surface is just not the cornea alone. It's the refractive surface is the cornea along with the tear film. When you have dryness, this refractive surface is completely deranged. You don't have the focusing ability of the cornea alone is used. Correct? So, if your eyes are dry, if you're trying to look at a certain object, if just the cornea is the surface of refraction, then your clarity of vision, say you say that it's zoom out or zoom in, that's basically because that's refraction without the tear film. When you blink, this lid margin secrete fluid, then it reforms. So when it reforms, your vision comes back normal.
Even this is because of
Dryness. So basically because of dryness, this refractive surface, if you're using only the cornea, it's not going to help. You'll have to use the cornea with the tear film. So when you blink, the tear film forms and then you get back vision. A lot of people tend to do this when you're using the computer. When something gets blurred, you do this, right? That's basically you're mechanically stimulating your eyelid margin. So basically, if you can blink often, then the tear film will form better and the refractive surface is formed again.
Sir, only one question. The
I'm
last
thinking that at the end of the session we are
it's just
running
only one question. During the time of preparation of examination and while attending the examination, we are not sleeping much.
Correct.
So our eyes become swelling, reddish like that.
Correct.
What to do immediately? That
You should prepare early
examination
for the
we cannot
exam.
postpone. By taking,
You should prepare early for the exam.
we need to prepare early for the exam.
Yes.
Even during if it is a continuous examination and our mind will not let us sleep also. So we will be continuously reading or something. like that.
Just that you have to go to the exam and come back and rest now. You can't do anything about it overnight. Your eyes are something that you cannot treat it overnight. You have to get some rest and I will get back to normal.
Okay, that is the only.
Thank you.
No. So, as Doc said, like diabetes can trigger your eye and may surgery allow for allow. So, diabetic every hour, diet not good. So, workout pannalam. We'll do some minor stretches and basic workouts. Adukapram we'll have any questions or continue pannalam. So again same stretches, standing position. Ready? Stretch. One. Knees bend பண்ணாம பாத்துக்கோங்க. Lock. Knee lock. Knee lock பண்ணி எவ்வளவு கீழ போகும். இவ்வளவு இருந்தாலும் ஓகே. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, come on, 2 more. 9 and last 10. Now side. Side. This stretches your hamstring and quads. Tougher, no? Try. 1. Cross. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, come on, and 10. Good. In the position, stretch. Stretch in the leg, rumba stretch come. And this should. Now back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more. 2 more, come on. Now other leg. Opposite. Go. 1. Pressure. Support. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. Super. Now butterfly stretch in one. Tougher home. And stretch again. Super. இங்க ஸ்ட்ரெச் பண்ணணும் லைட்டா pressure இங்க லைட்டா pressure கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா stretch, hold it for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. நல்லா ரைட் pressure, here pressure. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Super. Now same. Plank position. Up and stretch. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Super. Now last time பண்ணது walk கையால standing position. Ready? Go. Come back. Up. Super. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Super. Last and 1. Some basic push-ups again. Ready? Go. Walk. Kneel. 1, 2. Normal பண்ண முடிஞ்சா normal பண்ணலாம். 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Super. Done? Any questions? Okay, rest.
What are the stretches after squats?
Stretches na koi in the stretch, which stretches your quads and hamstring. Or maybe this beginning. So this helps you stretch your hamstring and quads. And stretching workout or maybe before starting light up.
Pull down. Pull down.
Pull down.
Usually, after the squats, we get the heaviness and next day we cannot make it movements. So is there any
Regular workouts.
post squats stretches?
Workout பண்ணனே you feel the muscle soreness, அது நீங்க everyday workout பண்ணி get used to it. அது இல்லனா பிரச்சனை, அது இருக்கணும்.
So what is intermittent fasting? Anybody know what is intermittent fasting?
So 2-week fasting will be after a long gap.
Yeah. What's the gap?
It can be 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, and nowadays we call it a 16 hours fasting.
So actually it's a 16 hours fasting and 8 hours in diet. That's an intermittent fasting. So we can split it 16 hours or 18 hours. Something depends on us. So intermittent fasting is a specific time during fasting times. So we 16 hours fast and 18 hours feed. So 8 hours feed. What kind of food we can have and what kind of food we can have and who can follow this intermittent fasting and intermittent fasting what we achieve. This is what share you. So this is the benefits. So intermittent fasting we are losing the fat. The fat loss weight loss and prevent to diabetic pre-diabetic prevent and low cholesterol and weight loss and health and brain development and increase our lifespan increase and heart disease chances will reduce because of cholesterol. And so intermittent fasting phase long time. This is the basics of intermittent fasting. So I'm just sharing with you. And intermittent fasting dizziness headaches fasting follow so because 3 times and 6 times of meals follow suddenly we going to the fasting mentally prefer we are follow so and eating disorders already please don't follow this one. And intermittent fasting weight gain break the fast breakfast morning night first meal but mentality mentally weight gain weight gain weight gain so இந்த கான்ஸ்னா இருக்கும் so அதனால அவங்க ஃபாலோ பண்ண மாட்டாங்க so யாரெல்லாம் எடுக்க கூடாதுன்னு பார்க்கணும்னா so pregnancy women எடுக்க கூடாது and breastfeeding women எடுக்க கூடாது and next below 18 years and body mass index BMI நார்மலா இருக்கவங்க should not be follow this one நான் நார்மல் வெயிட்ல இருக்கேன் என்னோட ஹைட்டுக்கு ஏத்த வெயிட்ல நான் இருக்கேன் என்னோட BMI கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கு BMI கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கு பட் நான் weight loss பண்றேன் அப்படினா கண்டிப்பா அவங்க எடுத்துக்க முடியாது because that's not a weight loss that is a muscle loss உங்களுக்கு ஆகும் so அவங்க அதை எடுத்துக்க வேண்டாம் and diabetic patients கண்டிப்பா எடுத்துக்க முடியாது because insulin resistance-னால அவங்களுக்கு fasting இருக்கும்போது they get some vomiting or dizziness or shivering அந்த மாதிரியான consequences வரும் அவங்களுக்கு and ஹிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் டிஸார்டர் ஆல்ரெடி ஹிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் டிஸார்டர்ஸ்ல இருக்கவங்களுக்கு வந்து இதை எடுத்துக்க முடியாது. ஸோ என்ன மாதிரியான உணவுகள் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம்? ஸோ 16 hours நம்ம ஃபாஸ்டிங்ல இருக்கோம், எதுவுமே எடுத்துக்க கூடாது, பட்டினியா இருக்கணுமான்னு பார்த்தோம்னா கிடையவே கிடையாது. கண்டிப்பா we can take some minerals, some vitamins, the minimal amount, the minimal quantities. எந்த மாதிரியான அமௌண்ட்ஸ் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்து இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள் எடுத்துக்கிறோம்னு பார்த்தோம்னா வாட்டர் எடுத்துக்கலாம், lime juice without sugar, calories, nil calories and less calories which we can have. So coconut water எடுக்கலாம், cucumber juice எடுக்கலாம், amla juice எடுக்கலாம், and jeera water, ajwain water, and buttermilk, low fat buttermilk எடுக்கலாம். The curd should be very reduced, less amount எடுத்துட்டு water amount increase பண்ணி, so we can have that kind of things because we need the micro and macronutrients per day and every day நமக்கு தேவைப்படும். நம்ம இந்த இடத்துல அச்சீவ் பண்ண வேண்டியது less calorie of food மட்டும் தான் நம்ம வந்து எடுத்துக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ லெஸ் calorie of food எடுக்கும் போது நம்ம பாடியில் ஆல்ரெடி கிளைகோஜன் ஸ்டோரேஜ்ல இருக்க ஃபேட்ஸ் எல்லாமே இந்த இடத்துல நமக்கு பர்ன் ஆகும். ஸோ பர்ன் ஆகுறதுனால we achieve the weight loss. Okay, next. Thank you. Any other doubts? So doubts in the we can have. டயபெட்டிக்ல இருக்கும்போது ஃபாஸ்டிங் இருந்தா நமக்கு பிபி டேப்லெட், சுகர் டேப்லெட் எடுக்கும்போது இன்சுலின் டேப்லெட் தான் அது எல்லாமே. ஸோ இன்சுலின் நமக்கு அதிகமாக இருக்கும்போது நம்ம ஃபுட் எடுக்காததுனால நமக்கு ஷிவரிங் இருக்கும், அந்த தலை சுத்தல் இருக்கும், மயக்கம் இருக்கும். ஸோ நம்ம யாருக்காச்சும் வெயிட் லாஸ் ஆகணும் இல்லை ஃபேட் லாஸ் ஆகணும் இன் டயபெட்டிக்ல இருக்கும்போது ஹெல்த்தியான ப்ராசஸ்ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒன்று இருக்குது. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஹை ஃபைபர் டயட் வந்து நம்ம வந்து வெயிட் லாஸ் பண்ணலாம். இல்லை இன்டர்மீடியட் ஃபாஸ்டிங் தான் பண்ணணும்னா வித்தவுட் மெடிக்கேஷன்ல இருக்கவங்க they can இதில் வந்து எடுத்துக்கலாம்.
மேம் இந்த கார்த்திகை ஏகாதசிக்கெல்லாம் வந்து வெப்பம் மாதிரி இருக்கோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், நீங்கள் சொல்கிற எந்த சிம்டமுமே தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. ஐம் டேக்கிங் 1 mg லிக்விட் டெய்லி இந்த மார்னிங் வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஆனால் அந்த பர்டிகுலர் டேல
நீங்கள் வந்து ஹோல் டே இந்த ஃபாஸ்டிங் இருந்தாலுமே யூ ஹேவ் அதர், நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன் நம்மளுக்கு ஆல்ரெடி வேற ஒரு மென்டாலிட்டியில் நம்ம இருக்கோம். நம்மளுக்கு இந்த ஒர்க் பண்ணணும், இந்த வேலை பண்ணணும், இப்படி செய்யணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு வேற ஒரு மென்டாலிட்டி நம்ம இருக்கிறதுனால ஸோ இது நம்மளுக்கு வராது.
அந்த ஃபாஸ்டிங்
ஸோ சுகர் ப்ளீஸ் சுகர் லெவல் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்.
சுகர் நீங்க சொல்ற எந்த சிம்டமுமே வந்தா தானே நம்ம அந்த சுகர் லெவல்
டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் தி பர்சன்ஸ். டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் தி பர்சன்ஸ். நான் கொஞ்சம் வீக்கா இருக்கேன் அப்போ நான் எடுக்கலாமா, டயபெட்டிக் இருக்கு பட் வீக்கா இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு எடுக்கலாமா, என்னோட வந்து எலக்ட்ரோலைட்ஸ்லாம் எப்படி இருக்கு நான் செக் பண்ணிக்கணும், என்னோட கொலஸ்ட்ரால் எப்படி இருக்கு நான் செக் பண்ணிக்கணும். எனக்கு நார்மல் கொலஸ்ட்ரால் தான் இருக்கு, எனக்கு கொலஸ்ட்ரால் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கு, அப்போ நான் அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணும்போது ஆல்ரெடி பர்ன் ஆயிருக்குமே. ஸோ அப்போ நான் வந்து வெளியில இருந்து எடுக்க முடியும் சோர்சஸ்லாம், அதனால வந்து ஃபாலோ பண்ணல. நிறைய சுகர் நிறைய இருக்கவங்க கண்டிப்பா எடுக்க முடியாது பிகாஸ் தே ஆர் அண்டர் த மெடிகேஷன் அண்ட் இன்சுலின்ல இருப்பாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா ப்ரிஃபரபிள் கிடையவே கிடையாது. பட் எடுக்கலாம், பட் ஹை ஃபைபர் டயட் அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம். அவங்களுக்கு வந்து கண்டிப்பா வெயிட் லாஸ் இருக்கும் ஹை ஃபைபர் இருக்கும்போது அண்ட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் த ஏஜ் ஃபேக்டர் ஆல்சோ. ஸோ ஒரு ஏஜ் மேலே போகிற பிறகு நம்ம ஃபாஸ்டிங் நம்ம கண்டிப்பாக எல்லாரும் மினிமல் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபுட் தான் எடுத்துப்பாங்க. இன்டேக் வந்து கண்டிப்பாக ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும் ஆஃப்டர் 60. ஸோ அந்த ஓகே தான் சார், ஓகே தான் பிகாஸ் லெஸ் கேலரி தான் நீங்கள் எடுத்துக்கிறீங்க. இந்த மெடிக்கேஷன்ல இருக்கும்போது நீங்க லெஸ் கேலரி எடுத்துக்கலாம், பட் ஃபைபர் லெவல் நீங்க அதிகமாக எடுத்துக்கலாம், உங்களுக்கு வந்து ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும் உங்களோட ஃபீவர். ஓகே, பிகாஸ் நம்ம நிறைய ஃபுட் எடுக்கும்போது இன்சுலினும் நமக்கு சடனாக வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கும், எனர்ஜி லெவல் கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்கும், சாப்பிட்டே இருக்கும், எனர்ஜி லெவல் கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்கும். நம்ம மினிமலாக எடுக்கும்போது நமக்கு எனர்ஜி லெவல் கம்மியாக இருக்கும், ப்ளஸ் நம்மளோட இன்சுலின் வந்து ஸ்லோவாக ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும். ஆஃப்டர் டேக்கிங் ஃபுட்ஸ் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். நம்ம வந்து 16 hours வந்து நம்ம ஃபாஸ்டிங்ல இருக்கோம். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் மீல் நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போறோம், எடுத்த உடனே பரோட்டா, பிரியாணி அந்த மாதிரி ஹெவி ஃபுட்ஸ் எடுக்கவே கூடாது. ஸோ வி ஸ்டார்ட் கிராஜுவலி ஒரு ஜூஸ், ஒரு ஃப்ரூட் அந்த மாதிரி மினிமம் கேலரிஸ்ல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் வெஜிடபிள்ஸ், திருப்பி ஒரு மீல்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி லைட்டாக நம்ம ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது தான் இட் வில் பி பெட்டர் அண்ட் க்ரோவிங் வெரி வெல். கண்டிப்பா கண்டிப்பா நல்லது, அந்த மாதிரி சாப்பிடலாம். பட் பிஃபோர் ஹாஃப் அன் ஹவருக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்கள் வாட்டர் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது எடுத்துக்கணும். இந்த 16 ஹார்ஸ் ஃபாஸ்டிங்லையுமே நம்ம வந்து கேலரிஸ் அதிகமாக தரக்கூடிய லிக்விட்ஸ் இல்லாமல் ஜஸ்ட் கேலரிஸ் லிக்விட்ஸ் கண்டிப்பாக எடுத்துக்கலாம். ரொம்ப எம்டியாக இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஃபாஸ்டிங்னா நம்ம ஏதாவது போடணும், பட் ஸ்மால் குவான்டிட்டி லெஸ் கேலரிஸில் நம்ம ஏதாவது ஒன்று போட்டுட்டு தான் இருக்கணும். பிகாஸ் நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க சாப்பிடாம இருந்தால் அல்சர் வந்து மாட்டுது, சாப்பிடாம இருந்தால் வாமிட் வர மாதிரி நாசிட்டிங் இருக்கு, சாப்பிடவே இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ விஜய் ஸ்டாப் அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள்லாம் நம்ம ஸ்டாப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நம்ம இந்த மாதிரியான லிக்விட்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கலாம். நோ ப்ராப்ளம்.
So the 8 hours window period, how should we plan to eat? 2 times or 3 times or small?
2 times எடுக்கலாம். நமக்கு தேவை அதாவது 2 times or 3 times is not a matter. What kind of you are taking? என்ன மாதிரி ஃபுட்ஸ் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கிறோம்? லெஸ் கேலரி, விட்டமின் அண்ட் மினரல்ஸ் அண்ட் மைக்ரோ அண்ட் மைக்ரோ இது எல்லாமே நம்ம எடுத்துக்கிறோமாங்கிறது அந்த இடத்துல மேட்டர். ஸோ யா ஆக்சுவலி நம்ம வந்து ஹோல் டேக்கு நமக்கு தேவையானது எனர்ஜி தேவைப்படும், ஃபேட் தேவைப்படும், இது எல்லாமே நிறைய விஷயம் நமக்கு தேவைப்படும். அந்த நிறைய விஷயங்களை we choose and eat.
See, in our first session நீங்க வந்து ஒரு டயட் பிளான் சொன்னீங்க. And the same diet plan can we imbibe in this 8 hours window?
Sure.
So now we'll have a small talk by Dr Venkateshwar. He is actually an operations head from Decathlon. He wants to talk about wellness.
Thank you, ma'am. So it's been first of all, good morning. It's been Dilu from Decathlon, leads operations for Decathlon Brigade. And I just want to talk towards when Anish invited me for this. I was very happy because it's about health. And we, being a Decathlon who makes sport accessible to many and sustainably, we talk about always about sustainably, and that is what our promise is. So when it comes to doctors, their promise is well and safe, means healthy life. And we also, through sport, we want to make the accessibility to the sport to the many. So we are a team of close to 250 people in Chennai, which make 1.2 million people full accessible to many. And we in 2 years we have a project called SRFA. We adopt 2 to 3 schools which are like people who don't have access to sports or something, not only in Chennai, in other villages of Tamil Nadu, and which help them to grow towards sport, and it makes them to grow with respect to their passions and make their school and them healthy, and so that they can develop their family also. I won't take much time, there is a lot to talk, but you can explore our page, Facebook page, Insta page to help us and to know about us. And it will be really good if you can visit our stores and see what we do towards society. Thank you.
Good morning. So first and foremost, thank you all for coming. I think there's an initiative Curihospital now is our first class. So thank you all for coming. Hope you all enjoyed your 12 days. 12 days program. Yeah, very good. So from a urological standpoint or clinical standpoint, I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll take another value of information. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எடுத்தோடனே நிறைய பேர் என்ன கேள்வி கேட்குறாங்கன்னா எவ்வளோ தண்ணி குடிக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிற கொஸ்டின். ஸோ யூஸ்வலி டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் என்ன மாதிரி ப்ரொஃபஷனில் இருக்கீங்க. இப்போ மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் யூ ஆர் சிட்டிங் ஹியர் அண்ட் திங்கிங் டெஸ்க் ஜாப் ஆஃபீஸில் வேலை செய்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் எவ்வளோ தண்ணி குடிக்கலாம்? மினிமம் அரௌண்ட் 2 liters குடிக்கலாம். ஸோ அது வே டு லுக் அட் இட் இஸ் when you pass urine கலர் வந்து கலர்லெஸ்ஸாக இருக்கும். White, it's like water or champagne அது மாதிரி இருக்கு acceptable. ரொம்ப டார்க் எல்லோவாக இருந்ததுன்னா கம்மியாக குடிக்கிறீங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். ஸோ தட்ஸ் சம்திங் தட் யூ நீட் டு கீப் இன் மைண்ட். ஆர் நீங்கள் வெளியில் ஒரு நாள் ஃபுல்லாக வெளியில் வேலை பார்த்து வரீங்க அப்படின்னா then what happens, நிறைய ஸ்வெட், அதனால we use a lot of water elsewhere. So அதனால we probably need to drink more water. And the best way to assess it is when you pass urine, color ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குது, நிறைய தண்ணி குடிக்கும். Another thing that all of us don't realize is ஏசி ரூம்லேயே உட்காந்துருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா ஏசி என்ன பண்ணுறது, it reduces the humidity there. So every time you breathe, the amount of water that you lose by breathing is much higher when you're sitting in the AC room. So that's how நல்லா இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா that's probably very dehydrated. So other than that, what I'd like to emphasize is smoking is possible. So smoking again not good at all. You know it causes cancer. If you cigarette packet they put terrible pictures of people with cancer and so on. So I think that should be a deterrent for people who are smoking. So the other thing that I realize is passive smoking is என்னோட ஃப்ரெண்டு தான் சிகரெட் குடிக்கிறான் நான் பக்கத்தில் தான் நிற்கிறேன் that's not acceptable. So whatever air he breathes in and breathes out, அது நீங்கள் breathe பண்ணிங்கனாலே the same carcinogens are there. So cigarette குடிக்கிறவங்க கூடவே இருக்கும் வெளியில் வந்து what happens, kidney cancer, bladder cancer, lung cancer, that's so common. And another thing is when people pass urine, sometimes blood வருது இல்லையா, so blood வரவே கூடாது. blood வந்ததுன்னா that needs to be immediately assessed. So urine போகிற பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு urine மட்டும்தான் வரலாம், blood எனி டைம் வந்து ஏன் வந்தது எங்கே வந்தது 100% தெரியும். So basic ideas about urology. Urology is a field that deals with kidney, bladder, prostate, and so on. So any other questions I'm happy to answer. But generally I just came to see and such a nice feeling to see all of you partner early in the morning and come here for business.
So then how to avoid urinary infection for both men and women?
So excellent question. So the ரொம்ப simple answers இருக்கு. So first urine infection அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப காமனாக வரது விமென்ல. இப்போ நான் 100 பேர் with urine infection பார்க்குறேன் அப்படின்னா 90 people will be women, 10 people men இருப்பாங்க. So urine infection என்னென்ன causes அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா first and foremost எங்கே வருது urine infection? urine infection நிறைய பேர் நினைச்சுக்கிறாங்க நான் வெளியில் போய் டாய்லெட் யூஸ் பண்ணேன், டாய்லெட் நாட் வெரி ஹைஜீனிக், மற்றவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க அதனால வந்து, அதனால கிடையாது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் நெவர் டாய்லெட் ஹைஜீன் இருக்கிறதுனால இல்லை, நம்ம உடம்புல தான் வருது. வேர் இஸ் த சோர்ஸ் ஆஃப் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் இஸ் ஆர் பேக் பேசேஜ். ஸோ நம்ம கட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தட் ஹேஸ் காட் மில்லியன்ஸ் அண்ட் மில்லியன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பாக்டீரியா. ஸோ அந்த பாக்டீரியா தான் யூரினரி ட்ராக்ட் வந்து யூரின் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் காஸ் பண்ணும். ஸோ த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் இஸ், ஸோ ஃபார் விமென் த யூரித்ரா, வஜைனா, பேக் பேசேஜ் எல்லாமே பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிறதுனால தட் என்டையர் ஏரியா பிகம்ஸ் காலனைஸ்ட் வித் பாக்டீரியா. ஸோ நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட்டு அவாய்ட் பண்ணுறது வந்து கழுவும் போது ஃப்ரண்ட் அண்ட் பேக் அப்படி வந்தோம்னா the clean area is dirty area. So that's one way of avoiding it. Number two is urine bacteria வந்து bladder குள்ள போய் உடனே இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் பண்ணலாம். It has to multiply and then invade our system. So அது multiply பண்ண விடக்கூடாது. எப்படி அது விடக்கூடாது? You drink a lot of water and pass a lot of urine. So அப்போ flush பண்ணிடுங்க. So that's something. Then undergarments. The cotton undergarments போட்டால் வராது. நைலான்ல எல்லாம் போட்டிங்கன்னா பாக்டீரியா ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். ஸோ காட்டன் undergarments are the best. அப்புறம் வந்து டயபெட்டிஸ் இருந்தால் 100% அது ப்ராப்பராக கண்ட்ரோல் இருக்கணும். மறுச்சு கான்ஸ்டிபேஷன் இருந்ததுன்னா அந்த பாக்டீரியல் க்ரோத் பிகம்ஸ் வெரி மச் ஹையர். ஸோ அதனால அதை வந்து அவாய்ட் பண்ணிட்டு பார்க்கணும். ஃபைனலி வந்து ஸோ த நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் இஸ் women especially intercourse control. What happens is the bacteria gets propelled into the bladder. So post intercourse urine pass பண்ணணும். urine pass பண்ணல அப்படின்னா then that's also a source of infection. So ஃபைனலாக வந்து இப்போ lot of people have this habit of taking bubble baths. இந்த டப்பில் வந்து குளிக்கிறது இருக்கு இல்லையா, யூரின் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் இருக்கும், அவங்க குளிச்சாங்க நல்லது கிடையாது. ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ஜாஸ்தி. அவங்க கூட தண்ணி கொஞ்சம் டப்பில் ஆரம்பிக்கிறாங்க. பட் ஜென்ரலாக if you are in the habit of doing that, and that should be avoided. இப்போ மென் கேட்டிங்கன்னா மென்னுக்கு யூரின் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் வந்தால் கண்டிப்பாக காரணம். ஸோ அதனால் மென்னுக்கு யூரின் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் 4-5 வாட்டி வந்து அப்புறம் தான் எஸ்கலேட் பண்ணி வேல்யூவேட் பண்ணுவோம். மென்னுக்கு ஒரு வாட்டி வந்தாலே காரணம் என்னன்னு தெரியும். ஏன்னா இட்ஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் காம்ப்ளெக்சிட்டி.
What causes increasing creatinine levels? How can we avoid it? Is there anything?
Very good, madam. ஒரு பிளானோட இருக்காங்க. So creatinine level என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா that's an entity that tells us how the kidney is functioning. Kidney நல்லா வேலை செஞ்சுட்டுனா creatinine கம்மியாக இருக்கும். So creatinine is a product that produced in the muscles. So இதனால creatinine மேலே ஏறி போச்சு அப்படின்னா kidney function கம்மியாக இருக்கு. So then you need to meet the nephrologist. nephrologist is the person who deals with kidney function. Sometimes தண்ணி குடிக்காதனாலே இருக்கும், ரொம்ப டீஹைட்ரேட்டடாக கிரியேட்டின் இருக்காங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஃபோர்மோஸ்ட் assess you முதல்ல fluid levels எவ்வளோ இருக்குது எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பார்ப்பாங்க. ரெண்டாவது கிட்னி எப்படி வேலை செய்யுதுன்னு பார்ப்பாங்க. கிட்னி வேலை செய்யாமல் இருக்கிறதுக்கு 2-3 காரணம் இருக்கு. ஒன்று வந்து amount of fluid ரொம்ப கம்மியாக இருந்தால் கூட கொஞ்சம் குறைச்சி கிரியேட்டின் ஜாஸ்தி காணும். ரெண்டாவது kidney function per se. So the commonest cause of kidney dysfunction is diabetes and hypertension. They are the commonest entities silent kidney activity problem. So diabetes, hypertension, proper kidney and the sugars BP nalla paathukinga kidney function is you can maintain. The final number urological ina varudha when the stones alla vandu kidney oda passage adachirichu and then the kidney function will start rising. So அதனால 3 விதத்துல பார்க்கணும். ஒன்று ப்ரீரீனல் சொல்லுவாங்க, ஒன்று ரீனல், போஸ்ட் ரீனல். இதில் எந்த காரணம் இருந்தாலும் கிட்னி ஃபங்க்ஷன் மேலே ஏறலாம். அண்ட் கிரியேட்டின் ஜாஸ்தி இருந்தால் கண்டிப்பாக யூ ஷுட் பி சீயிங் டாக்டர், யூரோலஜிஸ்ட், நெஃப்ராலஜிஸ்ட்.
Sir, is it advisable to take creatine externally, like the people who are regular gymmers, they used to take external creatine? Is it advisable?
So the whey protein, creatinine, the extra this I wouldn't be the person advising all of that. Here is gym master, so whey protein is not something that I suggest. So the extra proteins, area my personal thought process about all this weight, weekly that's the best way to go ahead. So next time, your body as long as you're able to maintain it, it's good. But on the extra proteins are not generally good for us. வருஷம் மாஸ்டர் செக்அப் பண்ணிக்கணும். Blood test, fatigue ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கும், fluid retention இருக்கும், ரொம்ப டயர்டாக இருக்கும், கால் வீக்கம் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கும், பிபி சொல்லுங்கள் கண்ட்ரோல் ஆகும், அதெல்லாம் பார்க்கணும்.
So, what's the major cause of kidney stones, sir? Because of calcium, or the intake of calcium tablets, or any biological change in that?
So, this is a Nobel Prize question. You don't know the answer to that, but I'll give you a general idea. If you don't drink enough water, you'll get kidney stones. So usually it forms like a small crystal in your collecting system. So the crystal slowly crystal then it will cause an obstruction to your passage. So then நிறைய பேர் நினைச்சுக்கிறாங்க ஒரே சமயம் 1 லிட்டர் குடிச்சிட்டு அப்புறம் the rest of the day தண்ணி வைக்கிறது. That's also not good. So constant the system needs to be hydrated. ஒரு மணி நேரம் ஒரு டம்ளர் குடிச்சிங்கன்னா ஐடியலாக இருக்கும். ஸோ நைட்டு அவங்க பார்த்து குடிக்க முடியாது. நைட் ஆல்சோ நம்ம யூரின் கிட்னியே கொஞ்சம் கம்மியாக தான் இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் யூ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு பி கெட்டிங் அப் அண்ட் கோயிங் டு ஆல் டைம் அட் when you sleep, இல்லையா? ஸோ waking hours every hour 1 glass of water is what I would take.
Some medication தண்ணி ஜாஸ்தி சாப்பிடக்கூடாது, கிட்னி கொடுக்கூடாது.
ஸோ அதுக்குன்னு சில கண்டிஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது. அவங்களுக்கு கிட்னி ஃபங்க்ஷன் சரியா இல்லை, அவங்க இருதயம் ஃபங்க்ஷன் சரியா இல்லை, ஹார்ட்டில் ஃபங்க்ஷன் சரியா இல்லைன்னு உங்களுக்கு ஃப்ளூயிட் ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷன் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. அந்த நேரத்தில் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் பண்ணிடுறாங்க. ஜென்ரலாக நார்மல் பீப்புள் I would advise anything beyond 2 liters in our country. போதுமா கண்டிப்பாக நைட்டு கொடுத்தா உடம்பு
Thank you very much, sir. So, session, we would like to thank each of our trainers. But it would be even more nice to hear it from the participants. So, I request Mr. Muthukumar sir to come and talk about our yoga master. And one more thing is our yoga master is our sir's yoga master.
Right. Of course, not here now. Mr. Ravisankar MA, after a guru, the learning of yoga in this program.
So next, I request Ms. Sangeeta to talk about
at least every age, he has achieved so many things which we are all told to us in the introduction program itself. Hence, I am not wasting again. But I should share in this group, not only as a thanking gesture, but as an inspiration to many. Our group, which is a combination of many difference in age, knowledge, skill, practice, etc. But he has nicely gelled us into one group. It's a single group, effortlessly within this shortest period. That is his greatness. That's why he is a group. Though your knowledge is his knowledge is very vast, he has skillfully transferred it to us aptly in such a way. Even now he's like me. I have never done anything, but he made me comfortable in gaining it and following it. In such a short time, he has become close to individuals, nicely as if we know each other for a long period. That makes he as a someone special. As a token of gratitude to him, on behalf of this group, I can assure you, this bonding will remain forever. We will remember him always. We will practice what he has given to us forever, as we know the value of it to our rest of our life. We as a group wish him all the best for this great future of him. To CURI, though you gave this gift as a free gift, we understand the value of it. We will treasure it for our whole life. It's a great team effort. It is appropriate to thank everyone who is either in front of or in the background. Thank you all. On behalf of
I think that was really nice of Mr. Muthukumar to take the extra effort to do a proper presentation. Mr. Abhishek has created on all of us. Thank you, Mr. Abhishek, and thank you, sir.
just one more word.
Yes, sir.
Though it is not only he, I took it as he, but I have to share this to every master who has done that.
Yes. So I think I shared the same thoughts because we requested each one to speak about one person, but I'm sure he has the same gratitude to all our other trainers who have been here as well. As a token of appreciation and gratitude, I request Dr. Ananthakrishnan to give a small token of appreciation to Mr. Abhishek.
Entire sessions in all the 12 weeks, it was like too much motivated, and I could really see that I'm not comparing with the Zumba class was the one where this room is completely full, always, entirely full, all the 4 sessions. It was like, that has kept us motivating every time. And I know Mr. Harish had some injury behind, maybe the other 2 sessions was held by another trainer. The both of the trainers were really motivating, and it's given how to spend the 40 minutes of time giving the cardio exercise to our body. I hope like every one of us has to do this regularly. This awareness program is not only meant for only this month. I wish everybody practice this, as a goal by increasing our, frequency of our sessions. And I have started doing these exercises, and I am doing it consistently. Of course, not as Zumba. I miss the Zumba class, and then I think we should take this a privilege to give a consistency of our workout sessions every day. I hope every one of us has motivated, because I could say the same set of people people come every sessions, giving their time, and I know our timing is also something of flickering time where we are, giving ourselves to come from a long place. I myself, I work in a hospital. I always find so difficult to come in the morning sessions, but this class I could not really miss to, come. I always try to come and give my presence, and I have taken the full, full benefits of these sessions. Thanks to Zuma Master and thanks to Mr. Abhishek. It was like a very holistic approach of the yoga. Even though it was a really good start for the beginners, I can say. It was really motivating, and our fitness trainer, Mr. Manish, thanks.
Sessions were covered for well with this team. Thank you, Harish. Thank you for all this. Now I request Ms. Pulari to talk about her experience about the fitness sessions.
Good morning, everyone. This is not only about me, for everyone. I think we have all felt the same. And I have to thank Murli sir, because I'm one of the group where all hate exercise. And I personally hate so much. Even my mom used to scold me in very interval times for not exercising. But Murli sir made me how to do the exercise and how to be good in exercise and without boring, how to do it without getting bored. And he was very good to everyone. And he was also not only a fitness trainer, he used to educate us and give many informations of what to do and what not to do. And he used to give many nutritional tips. And he was also an unofficial therapist also. Because I have asked him many questions and he cleared all my doubts. And before itself, I saw him in many videos and other interviews which were very informative. And more than a trainer, he was a very good friend. And even after these sessions, he used to wait and clear all the doubts of each and every participant who wait to clear their doubts and talk more. And not only in the part of exercise, he used to give many doubts, clear sessions other than the exercise, what should be done and what should not be done. And for other 2 days, I saw that Manish sir, who gave the same positive energy what Murli sir gave. And I'm very thankful to them. And for this CURI hospital, this is a very good program. And I'm a late, I used to wake up very late in the morning. But here, these 12 days, I was very early in the morning. And I used to do this even after this. And I am very sad that this session is going to end because I wanted more. I enjoyed a lot here. This was not like I exercised here and I got tired. Appa, I was not like that. It was very good and I wanted more, but I miss you guys. And I have to thank our Abhishek sir and Hari sir because yoga also I went in my early days, but I was not there now. But it was a very good session for me. And Zumba, I love to dance, and Abhishek and Hari sir was very good at that. Thank you all.
I request Consultant Ophthalmologist Dr Venkateshwar Ravisankar to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Manish. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to give the talk initially, and then as we progressed, I thought it would be better if I did it at the end. And I think it is rightly, I think I made the right decision because I was going to tell about how we planned. So because 6 weeks ago, when as a team we were putting together the Curiwellness program, it was totally new to us. It was just an idea, and we thought, why not? Because the post-pandemic and the lockdown blues have really taught us how important good health is. And following a discipline is. So we thought, why not try to develop a program which inculcates this. So we put together, we wanted to do a wholesome program. So we put together a 12-day session which would concentrate on not just the fitness aspect, but on nutrition and health. So we had doctors, specialists come and talk to us on health, on their specialities over the 12 days. And I think it was very useful because our participants got to interact with them as well on an informal platform. And the dietitians, they were very helpful because they taught us on different aspects of diet, nutrition, the myth, and the different diet patterns and what we should do and what we should not do. So this was how we curated the program, and I'm glad it went well. And I think the success of a program, and I feel very, as a team, I think we are very, it's a sense of gratification when I heard a participant speak on how well this program has helped us. So thank you everyone. But it is all well to, plan and do something, but the success of a program is always, about the people who teach. The student's success is, I think, 90% depends upon the teacher. And I think this program has been really successful because of our trainers, Mr. Abhishek on the yoga front, Mr. Harish and his team on the Zumba front, Mr. Murli and Mr. Manish on the fitness side, and our panel of doctors who were kind enough to come, even if it was for 10 minutes, kind enough to come and talk to us all on various aspects of health. And the last thing that I have to thank our dietitians who came from different institutions to talk to us about the diet thing. So it is all well to say we planned it and it's come out well, but I have to wholeheartedly thank people because who unconditionally said yes. All our trainers, this is a free program and we have not done it before, but we didn't know how many participants would come, and we have had days when participants would slowly trickle in, and I would be feeling so worried. So I would start from 6 o'clock in the morning and I would start texting the team. How many people have come? They would say 4 people, 5, 6, 7. So as it went on. So I'm glad that we have gone through the whole session. And we hope to continue, as CURI said. Hopefully we will not end with this. So we plan to, one of the government Makkalai Thedi Maruthuvam solli a program potrukanga. So I'm just thinking, so we've had this session here. So the next sections we plan to take it to the people. So in public places like parks, where already people who are interested in fitness, beaches where they're already there. So avanga kitta andha edathula kondu poi whatever we've done here, if we can reach it out to them, I think it might be very useful. And so thank you all. I thank the participants especially, because all said and done, I can't do it. And daily regulars are 6:15. I know there have been regular people, and Mr. Karthik is missing here today, but our Ambattur he used to come every day. And I think that is it takes a lot on us to do that. Ambattur 6:15 you have to get up at least by 4:30, 4:45 to do that. And I think that is a lot of, that takes a lot of discipline and grit. So thank you all, and yes sir.
As a sudden thought, one small suggestion.
Sir.
We should be taken to the school level.
Yes.
Because if this is imbibed in the school level, I think we will have more seats to spread for a longer period than we will get to.
Okay, so we'll do that, sir. We plan to do it. The idea was
just opposite, we are having a government school. You can start from there.
We'll do, madam. So the idea was to scale it up. So hopefully, and when we do scale it up, sir, it would be really encouraging if you can also take the lead and join our team to conduct such sessions. So it will be helpful since you have already gone through this.
I volunteer right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I request a small tip to us now.
ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ஸ்னாலே ஒரு பயம். நம்ம ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்குள்ள போகும்போது பேஷண்ட்டாகவோ இல்லை யாருக்கூடையாவது தான் போகிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அந்த சர்க்கம்ஸ்டன்ஸில் என்ன ஆகும்னா எல்லாரையும் பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும், எல்லாரும் பார்க்கும் பயப்படுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். பட் இந்த லாஸ்ட் 12 டேஸாக இந்த ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு வரும்பொழுது அந்த ஒரு பயமே போயிடுச்சு. ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட்லியாக 12 டேஸாக இந்த ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு வரும்பொழுது அந்த ஃபியர் வந்து டோட்டலி போயிடுச்சு. வந்து ரிட்டன் எல்லாரையுமே வந்து ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸாக, ஒரு தெரிஞ்சவங்களா, ஒரு நமக்கு நல்லது பண்ணுறவங்களா வந்து பார்க்கக்கூடிய ஒரு ஆங்கிள் வந்து வந்திருக்க மாதிரி ஐ ஃபீல் லைக் தட். ஸோ திஸ் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் ஐ எம் லிவிங் இன் ரேடியன்ஸ். ஸோ த்ரூ அப்பா மேம் I should appreciate her in this moment. Because of her only we used to get to know many things about the CURI hospital and many free programs about the consultation with the doctors in each department. And in the wellness program also our group போடவே தான் we had a knowledge of it, and I just came to see what is being given over here. எல்லா இடத்துலையும் பெய்டு ப்ரோக்ராமாக தான் இருக்கும். இந்த ஒரு இடத்துல தான் என்னன்னாக்கா சோஷியல் அப்ரோச்சுக்காக நீங்கள் சொசைட்டிக்கு கொடுக்குற மாதிரி வந்து நீங்கள் வந்து ஃப்ரீயாக கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. This will have a very good appreciation level to the hospital, and the words will be spread through us. And இங்கே இருக்கிற டெய்லி வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஜூம்பாவோ இல்லை ஃபிட்னஸோ இல்லைனாக்கா வந்து யோகாவோ இருக்கும். டாக்டர்ஸும் அதே மாதிரி ஃப்ரம் ஆல் ஏரியாஸ் வந்து டெய்லி வந்து ஒரு டாக்டர் வந்து ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணாங்க. பட் வித் ரெஸ்பெக்ட் டு நியூட்ரிஷன் ஆஸ்பெக்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டெய்லி நியூட்ரிஷன் இருந்தது எங்களுக்கு. இட் வாஸ் வெரி ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல் ரிலேட்டிங் டு ஒபிசிட்டி, ஆப்டமாலஜி, டயபெட்டிக் அண்ட் ஹவு டு க்ரோ ஹெல்தி, மித் என்ன, இதெல்லாத்தையுமே எங்களுக்கு வந்து அனலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கும் எங்களுக்கு இருக்கிற வேரியஸ் டவுட்ஸ் on behalf of myself and as well as for others I have raised many questions, and they were very patiently answered all the questions. Even doctors, many doctors, எல்லா இடத்துலையும் டாக்டர்கிட்ட போகிறச்சே டைமே இருக்காது. அந்த கன்சல்டேஷன் முடிஞ்சால் அடுத்த பேஷண்ட் வெயிட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். பட் ஹியர் ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி டாக்டர் வந்து அந்தந்த இதை வந்து ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டு immediately they wanted us to raise any questions. ஏதாவது கொஷின்ஸ் இருந்தால் சொல்லுங்க, we will clarify. ஒரு டாக்டருமே வந்து told that very patiently, and it was very helpful for us to raise questions also. So once again I thank the management as well as the people behind the program for organizing such a wonderful program. And each day after completing the session they will not let us go with the empty stomach. They used to give us something after all these workouts till we reach home. Now it was very helpful for us too. So the cordial, they are very cordial and very patient, and the thing is we wanted to continue it, and each one of us who is a participant over here, let us do it at our home, let us continue it, and we should not stop this, and we should take a resolution over here. That is my humble request, and I thank for this opportunity. Thank you everyone, and particularly the management. Continue to do such a social activity, and it is good for the society as well as the myth over the hospitals will get over from CURI. I thank you for this opportunity.
Lakshmi to present a token of appreciation to our dietitians who are kind enough to come, our guest dietitians, our chief dietitians from different hospitals to come and give us a talk. So presenting a token of appreciation to Ms. Kanya from SIMS Hospital.
This is a very good opportunity. She was very kind enough to explain and to get over from the things. Thank you so much, and all the best for your future.
Ms. Pravalika from Abort Healthcare to receive a token of appreciation. Ms. Dhanlakshmi kindly present her. And our own dietitian, she's been part of our CURI team, and we are so glad to have her back with us. Ms. Minnie Thomas, kindly receive a token of appreciation from the whole team and the participants.
I think we've reached the end of the session, and I wouldn't say an end of a session because I think it opens up a lot of new beginnings for us as well, new ideas, and we hope to take it to the next level. And I hope you will all be, if not as a participant, as a mentor, to take this to the next stage. And I would like to thank the team from Decathlon who have been with us today. And I think it was a last minute, but I'm glad, and I thank them for sponsoring the gift hampers for all our participants and for being here with us and taking part in this, and we hope to work with them in our future wellness programs as well. Thank you, team. Thank you, sir. And to Dr. Arun Kumar, I have to mention him because he's been with us for 2 sessions, and I think 2 sessions, and he's answered all our orthopedic sessions questions very patiently, and he has also done a lot of free clinics at our hospital. So a special thanks to Dr. Arun Kumar for being with us today. And now to the best part of, I think, today's program, the breakfast. So I'd like to thank the canteen team, because I'm sure at the end of every session, Madam Sona Madri, I think they were coming up with different things. Healthier kudukano appdin solittu, some healthy drink, healthy snack. So the dietitian team and the canteen team, they're part of the hospital, and they've really worked to put this together. And I think they'll have a healthy breakfast. So I hope you all enjoy your breakfast, and thank you for being with us. And I'd like to thank the entire CURI team for taking that extra effort. Avanga kaalayila 6 maniki endirichu vandittu appdiye continue working is a big thing on them as well. So thank you everybody, and we look forward to seeing you.